episode of the Sideline Sitdown here on Real Sports Live. I'm Billy Watson, joined by Hidalgo, a multi-sport athlete, Gus Sanchez. Gus, welcome along.
Thank you for having me.
Gus Sanchez is a back-to-back MVP in the District 32 4A for basketball and played multiple sports, played baseball as well. Was going to play baseball this past season, but obviously that was cut short. I want to get right into that, Gus. Talk about what it's been, what that moment was when I guess the whole quarantine settled. Where were you when that happened, and were y'all going to play a game, or talk about when the whole quarantine kind of got serious?
We had just finished practice actually. We were talking about coming to the next practice when we got the news. It was like that week of spring break whenever you're off again, you're off. So we weren't really expecting a game, right? But we are getting prepared, especially because we had just gotten everyone back from basketball also. So we're getting prepared, and then they just hit us with the news that we're not gonna be back. So yeah, it was pretty tough. And then we're just hoping that you would be able to play again. And then we got the news from UIL that it was canceled.
Yeah, that's tough. I know the feeling that when we all as reporters, we're all just waiting for May 4th, or actually we're waiting for the week after April because that was the first day. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna go to May 4th now. And they were talking about situations about how baseball is gonna be like, okay, if you're a big district, you'll get one round, and then we'll try playoffs. But obviously that wasn't the case. Especially if it's for seniors. Talk about that. I know it's your last season, and just talk about how, I guess, I don't want to say how heartbreaking it was, but to have your season just come to an end.
It was tough. I mean, we were ranked this year in state, and last year we lost to Livonia in the third round, and they went on to go to state. We had almost everyone coming back except for our catcher. So it was tough knowing that our season was canceled. We even had our group chat named State Champs 2020. But
dude, that's how they all start out, right?
Yeah, and then we changed it to No More State Champs 2020 because it got canceled.
Oh man. What have you been up to while you've been in lockdown?
I've been like training with my brothers. We've been training them already, like getting ready for like whenever they come up to high school. But I've been training with them outside here in the basketball court, and I've been doing like little workouts and stuff to stay in shape because I plan on going to play in college. So
all right, we'll get to that in a little bit then. Besides working out, have you watched any interesting things yet? I'm sure you watched the Jordan doc.
Yeah, I've been watching The Last Dance and Netflix shows. I think I finished like 3 already. I finished The Lion King. My bad, The Tiger King.
Hey, Lion King's not bad either.
Yeah, I meant The Tiger King.
Tiger King.
And then I finished You, and then I watched one called Lucifer. It's pretty good too.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Since you mentioned The Lion King, this is just something I've always just had a weird thing about. Do you like the original one or the real life one they just made?
The original.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. I don't know what the hype is about making the original, all the in people thing. But now we'll get into your schoolwork. How's that transition been for you, switching from in class to online, and have you adjusted well, or are you more of an in-person learner, or how's that experience been for you?
Yeah, it's been kind of tough because I'm more of like an in-person learner. So, and then especially because we only get like one Zoom meeting. So, and then they give us like all our work. Like I would like to ask questions a lot, like in class. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of been tough, but I've been adjusting. Like,
yeah, I know that.
I have college classes, so.
Oh, really nice. Yeah, so that's good. I know that one time we tried getting you on with Jabez and Daniel, and then you slept in because you were doing that project. How did you do on that, by the way?
I did pretty good.
All right, that's all we need to know.
Yeah,
that's good. School always comes first, and I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad we got to get you on. I know it was weird because it was just the four of us, and we're like, they were like, oh, we texted Gus, he's probably asleep, and we're like, this kid. He's missing out.
I
So,
know. I watched it all. I was like, oh man.
well, glad we got you on. Next thing I wanted to talk about, we're gonna switch to football a little bit more. You guys had a great season, obviously. You guys made it to, was it the first round of playoffs, correct?
Yeah.
First round playoffs. First winning season since a familiar name, Hidalgo, had a 7-4 season. That was Shea Patterson in 2012. Talk about this last season and what it says about the progress of Hidalgo football, especially with Monty Stumba improving the program ever since he got there.
Oh yeah, it's been a up and down roller coaster. You know, when he entered, we went like the first year it was like 0-10, and then slowly, and then like we got 2-8, and then we went to 8-2. So, but we were progressing slowly by slowly. You know, Coach Stumba, Monty Stumba is a really good coach. He pushes all of us to become better players, and not only better players but better people off the field too. But it all started with him believing in us. He would always tell us that you're as good as you want to be. So we all started showing up. Summer was the big difference when everybody started showing up in summer. But yeah, I think that was what started everything. Showing up in the summer, we had a lot of kids in the weight room, and yeah, I think that was like the biggest difference from the previous years to whenever he got there. Started pushing us really hard and making us think that we can do it ourselves. Like we can believe that we have someone that believes in us.
And that's always a big thing too. Talk about how, from an athlete's point of view, how it can be from having 3 straight seasons where you get 5 wins total, and how you stick by that, and then it results in finally a winning season.
Yeah, it took us all staying together, like believing in each other, because like even after that first loss in Valley View, a lot of people lost hope in us because they're all like, oh, it might be just another losing season when we lost to Valley View. But like slowly by slowly, we proved everybody wrong, and it was just staying together and you know finding the pieces, like putting the pieces together.
Nice. All right. So fast forward to in that season, you guys are starting to get noticed, or you guys are getting in the top 10. You're getting it. You're peeking into it, and then you guys have your district championship with La Feria. Talk about the week before that Monday practice that you guys had. What was the vibe going into that week, and just what was the overall feeling heading into a potential district championship?
We were all excited. What the coaches did is they put the old district championship trophy that we had in the locker room so we could see it every day we went into practice, so they can know so we could all know in ourselves what we're going out there to play for. Like it was a team goal ever since the beginning. When our QB Angel Lopez, he talked about it in an interview to one of the news channels that was our goal this year. So to win a district championship, but fortunately that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it was still an amazing season. You know, it paved the way for the future generations. So
And
that
that's
was good.
big too, and especially for Hidalgo, because Hidalgo hasn't been one of the winningest football programs in the valley in at least a while. And just starting off with that, I mean, that's a good start. I mean, you gave La Feria a run for their money. It was just a last
Yeah.
hammer to the nail score that kind of sealed it for them. But in a way, I mean, you guys still had one of the greatest seasons in Hidalgo football program history. So I'll commend you guys on that. Now fast forward to the Friday night game. Like we said, La Feria was able to come out of that one 28-12. I think the score was. And you the quarterback, obviously, Dorian Hernandez.
Yeah.
Talk about
Great.
the game.
Icy
Talk
Drake.
about talk about after that game. I know usually in a district championship there would be some beef or some hatred. It's just social media nowadays, but you guys had a mutual respect for each other. So just talk about that.
Yeah, it was fun going out there playing against Dre. Of course, he's a really good quarterback. You know, he's been one of the best since his sophomore year. I think he won MVP, right? Sophomore, junior, senior year. So we knew going in there he was gonna be tough. I think he even played with like 3 broken toes. So
Gee,
Yeah,
yeah, he's been going through a tough season. Yeah.
yeah, I think when he played us, he had 3 broken toes, and man,
Oh
he
my
just
goodness.
still played unbelievable. I was like, dang, man,
No, yeah,
he's a
and
tough player.
it's again, it's just a hats off season to you guys because and when I saw that first post, I was like, okay, this might not be what I think it is. And then I see all these posts and it's like, respect, hats off to Hidalgo. I'm like, that's pretty cool because you guys had a great season. Um, with Dorian in mind, I want to switch now to RGV Lakers. And how did you get started with that? And I know they were looking around trying to recruit people, and somehow it just ended up to be a 32-4A pretty much all-star team. So talk about your experience with the RGV Lakers and how you got started with them.
It all started. It started before my sophomore year. Coach Polo, he went up to me and asked me if I was looking for a travel team and stuff. So in my junior year, I was going into that season, and I knew I did pretty good my junior year, but I wanted to be with a team in the off season. So that's when I hit up Daniel and I hit up Coach Polo that I was interested in playing. And then the first day of practice, I get there and I already knew these guys. So like I knew them because I played against them, right? And
Yeah.
man, that first day we just clicked. And ever since then, we just, I don't know, we find ways to hang out and stuff. And well, yesterday, what's it called? It was Dre's birthday. So, we hit him up and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, we had a pretty long call. But yeah, whenever this quarantine ends, I'm gonna go see all of them. We're planning on going to the beach together, so that
Oh,
should be fun.
awesome. I'm trying to get to the beach myself. Jeez, it's been a long break.
Yep.
Talk about now switching from now you guys played an entire summer together. You guys had won a couple other tournaments. I heard y'all played at some other ones up north and even got some hardware as well. Now transitioning into basketball season. Uh, what are you thinking? You face what was the earliest? I think it was Rio Hondo. Was the first team you was the first. Well, it was your district opener. And you played Jabez. Talk about what that was like and how it was playing against a teammate in the summer.
Yeah, it was kind of weird at first. I was like, oh, hopefully I don't accidentally pass it to him or something. Nah, but it was kind of like weird because he was coming off an ankle injury. Like literally, I got an ankle injury, and then like a week later, he got an ankle injury. So we're both like still recovering and stuff. But it was really fun, And then we went into overtime, and
Mhm.
it's a pretty good game. So
No, yeah, I was on that call and I couldn't. Uh, I was mentioning Gus Sanchez had it been much of an impact earlier in the game, and then you come in, start hitting a couple shots, and then free throws to kind of seal the game, and that's how Jabez kind of started. He hit the first 6 points, I think, if I
yeah,
remember right, and then uh, when in doubt, I think Joe even tells me Gus Sanchez kid always shows up. Um, and then that's how you guys were able to pull out of that. So that was an awesome game. What did you think about that game? You guys had it was a near 500 record, if I'm right, heading into district, and you guys I think are the favorites. So talk about what you guys were thinking heading into district, which kind of like a not usual record for Hidalgo basketball.
yeah. Actually, early in the season, we're battling injuries because actually, Kyle, our big man, broke his hand when we played La Feria against football. In football, when we played against La Feria, he broke his hand like in the first, like I think in the first half. So he was
Wow.
out for basketball season too. So that week that he's supposed to come back, I get a high ankle sprain and I'm out for a month also.
Oh man.
So that was like in the Buddha Hayes tournament was our first time together, but we're still like gelling. We just won like in a 6 game losing streak, I think, or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it was like unusual, but we knew we had to get it together because at the end of the year we wanted to be district champs, and we knew this year especially our district was going to be tough.
Mm-hmm. And so you guys make it through district. You guys get what is it, your second straight, right?
Um,
I want
third,
to say it is
third
third
straight.
district. Okay, that's right, third district. So you get third straight in a row. You're back-to-back MVP, co with Kyle, which is actually awesome. That now that you mentioned that Kyle had an injury, so it's cool that he gets co MVP as well. You guys head into the first round of the playoffs already against a tough West Oso team, ranked before. You win by 1 in overtime. Talk about that game. First of all, I don't even know what to ask. Just talk about that game and how you guys were able to pull that off, because that kind of set the tone for how you guys were able to march your way to the regional tournament.
Man, going into playoffs, everything just clicked, man. Like, so we were up by 15. They were coming back. We went down by 2. Our what's it called? Our point guard Angel Lopez hits a big layup to put us up. Like, he hit an unbelievable layup in each round of the playoffs. He hit one in the first, the second, and in the third when we were down by 2 points to tie it or put us up. He just comes out of nowhere and does his little layup. And then,
It seems like
so
this Angel Lopez dude is everywhere in football too.
yeah, in football too. It's just he just comes out of nowhere. And then we had our 6th man coming off the bench. Kyle got fouled out, so what's it called? He got fouled out, and when they took the lead after that, and then Esteban just comes out of nowhere and starts swatting shots all over the place. So we had like a lot of big plays, and then Julio comes out with a steal or something. So it was just a lot of people, different people
It
making.
seems like it was just a crazy sequence.
Yeah, it was just all over the place. It was we would go up, they would go up, then they would take it back. And then I think what helped us out a lot is we had a lot of overtime games this season.
Mhm.
So I think we were conditioned for that. So we even had a game where we went into 3 overtimes.
What
Over
was
there.
that?
Yeah, in Buda Hayes. I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
what team we played. Yeah, we went into 3 overtimes.
Jeez.
So
And y'all
so
pulled
it's
out of that one?
no, we lost.
Okay.
It was a tough game though, but we lost by 2 at the end.
No, and
Um
that's cool. That's cool because that kind of yeah, and you guys made a
yeah.
good impression on you guys as an overtime team, and like just like the real Hondo game.
Mhm. Well, actually, we were like there was only 2 4A teams in that tournament. The rest were 5A and 6A.
Okay.
Mostly 6A though.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but
even better. Yeah, now you guys are playing. Now you guys were able to play bigger schools.
yeah, I think we opened up against Round Rock. It's pretty
Oh,
tough.
how convenient.
Yeah, how convenient. We opened up against Round Rock. We played Corpus Christi Carroll. Forgot the other schools we played, man, but they're pretty good.
All right. So moving on, you guys beat West Oso by 1, Gonzalez by 3, Lavernia by 1. What is that? 1, 3, 4. I think my math is up. 5 points total
Yeah.
margin of victory in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. Just how does that even happen? First of all,
I don't really know, man. It, I don't know how it happens. We're up by like 15, and then second round we're up by like 10, and then it just comes to the wire. It comes down to the wire all the time, and then luckily we were able to hit big shots. Big shots, big free throws.
and it's usually speculation how you see a team how they just won by 1. I think they'll get swatted next round, but you guys kind of seem to prove that wrong.
Yeah, I think it was just where everyone would just step their game up every round. Every round you saw something good coming out of someone. It's just every round everybody would step up, especially Lavernia. Lavernia was like a Bernie. They were long. They had their 2 posts, 6'4", 6'6". All their guards were about 5'10", 5'10" or over 6 foot. So we knew going into that game too, we're gonna have to be in our A game. Luckily, we came out firing that game, man. We couldn't be stopped down low, and the guards, man. The guards were on fire too. So
Nice. And then we were talking about this before, but and then you head into the regional semi, and you said you're not feeling it. You weren't feeling it with the ball they had in the regional semi with the Spalding ball. You said you play with the Wilson and the
yeah, the batting, we played with batting balls.
yeah, the batting balls.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that was like a big change for us. It was just whoa, what is this?
Yeah. So what was that like? Was it? I know we said it was a little. It wasn't as bouncy. Was it? You said it was also the texture.
Yeah, we so that's why in that game you saw. I don't think we even made a single three. We were just going inside because we knew it was gonna be tough shooting wise for us. So we changed our game plan into going inside. So But
Was that the goal of the entire game too, just to go inside? Because you scored 10 points in the first half, and you guys were always just trying to go inside. I know I forgot the play, or I don't know who the player was, but it was always the shot pass that tried to work down low to Kyle.
oh yeah, yeah.
Was that always the game? Was that the main game plan heading into the game, or was that more like the second half adjustment?
Yeah, it was just an adjustment. I mean, we were trying to find openings and stuff, but they're just so long that they would cover everything. You would get the ball and they're in your face already.
That's
So
because they were playing zone too. Yeah.
yeah, they were playing the zone, and we are like, okay, we'll find some gaps, right? But man, these guys were just so long. It was hard to find those gaps. So especially so when you would get it, like they were in your face, so the only thing you could do is drive by them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we started going downhill a lot. But at the end of the day, we needed to hit some big shots, some threes or something. Like it was a close game though. We were within 8 going into halftime, and then they just blew it open towards the end of the like third quarter. That's when they started pulling away.
Yeah. So, nonetheless, you finish off a great year. When was the last time you guys actually? Do you know when the last time it was that you made the the regional tournament?
Oh yeah, it was with my older cousin in 2015, 16.
Was that Frankie?
Yeah, he made it 2 years, 14, 15, and 15, 16.
Yeah, I remember those guys. I remember I got moved up the year that I think those guys were seniors, and I was so scared of y'all because I got put in as a sophomore, and I was like, oh man, I started dribbling, and then the Espinoza guy, I don't know his first name, but
Michael.
yeah, we would call him
Yeah.
Espinoza. He would just pick us from behind, and then Frankie would go, and like, ah man, I didn't like playing on varsity those days. Um, um, yeah, but a great season overall. But to sum it up, what was that? What can you say about your senior season?
I actually enjoyed my senior season. I think we did good in football. We did good in basketball. We were looking forward to a great season in baseball too. Man, I was excited about senior year, and then all of this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, even travel ball in the summer, I was excited, man. We're gonna go to like some big tournaments and stuff. So
This summer.
yeah, we're looking forward to go to some big tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Coach would send us the stuff on the group chat, like of where we're gonna go and stuff, and then hopefully we still get to go to some of those tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, with everything opening up right now, there's honestly nothing for certain right now. So you never know. I mean, this could all blow by. This could all continue. So I think we'll just have to see. Yeah. So I wanted to touch up on another thing. But I'll actually ask you this first. Going to the regional tournament, I know you said you liked your senior year, but how big was it going to the regional tournament and kind of going out with a bang?
Oh, it was big because, well, first of all, um, it was big because my dad was a coach and he went to the regional tournament, so he knew his senior year, and he lost to I think it was like the state champs of that year.
Mhm.
So he knew how big this was for him and for me. So he was excited, man. We were hoping we could be able to move on, but it was big coming out, especially losing in the first round my freshman, sophomore, junior year, and then to come out and do this my senior year. It was fun. It was exciting.
And that was actually another thing I was going to ask you. That something that is like a storyline usually in sports is having a father son duo. And so talk about having that relationship with your dad as your coach as well.
It was big because he knew he could come to me and tell me, so what's going on? What are they doing? Like it was especially like the West Oso, those playoff rounds. He would ask me like what defense do you think would work? Because we would watch a lot of film. So like say something wasn't working, we would change it up. We actually changed up in the third round. We went from man to zone. Like we're switching in and out of different things that we thought would work. So that was big, the communication with him. So I think
And
that
how
that
was
helped out a lot.
yeah, and how was having your dad as your coach for the all 4 years as a basketball player? I'm sure it's probably been longer, but to play for Hidalgo and have your dad as a coach is probably big.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was frustrating sometimes, especially my freshman year when I was learning. Got screamed at a lot yelled at, not screamed at, yelled at a lot because I would mess up. But I knew he was just pushing me to be the best, so I knew I had to keep on track with that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to touch up on the recruiting part. Are you getting looked at, and for what sport?
Yes, actually, my main like right now that I'm talking with is a team from Boston called Curry College. It's
Okay,
called Curry College, and well, that's the main one that I'm looking at right now. That's for baseball, but they said I might have an opportunity to play both basketball and baseball over there. So
that's awesome, and that's in Boston, you said.
yeah, in Boston.
Hey,
So
whatever you can get, man. Playing next level is it's a step, and that's pretty awesome. I know I have a friend who goes to Boston University, and she loves it up there. So if you would probably like it too. I mean, so keep us in the loop for that. Honestly, what are you planning on majoring in?
criminal justice because I want to become a lawyer. So
Awesome. Any other schools? Or
yeah, I got an offer from McPherson College where my parents went. My mom played softball there, my dad played basketball there. So, but stuff happened, and I wasn't able to go there. It was pretty tough because it was an expensive school. So, and I think they offered me a little bit more than like 75% maybe, but it was still a lot. So
well, whenever you do decide to commit, man, let us know, and we'll gladly stream your signing. We'll put that out there, and we'll do it. So keep us in the loop, man.
I'll let you know for sure because I think they want to do the signing thing and everything. So
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Coming up next, guys, we're gonna have former Mac High multi-sport athlete and current Saint, not Saint, Stephen F. Austin football player Josh McGowan at 3, followed by the Munoz Soccer Sisters at 5 o'clock to conclude our show this week. Any last thoughts you want to say, Gus? Any shout outs you want to give before we wrap up?
shout out to the boys. Daniel, James, and Dre. Nah, but shout out to my basketball team, my football team too. The Julio, Angel, Kyle, Stevan, all those guys, man. Man, they made it a memorable senior year. So shout out to them. And then I know all our sports are gonna be good next year. We got a good kids coming back for every sport. So man, Zach is gonna be someone also to look out for. This year he broke like a lot of records. I know that. He finished like second in the valley. So shout out to him too. So
Good stuff, man. We appreciate you being on here again. Let me know, and we'll keep in touch, dude.
all right, thank you.
Have a
Thank you
good
for
one.
having me.